Hey, I want to introduce you guys to Michael Bream. He is the founder, owner of EV West, and we are here with his car. Just want to ask him some questions. Mike, how did you, well, first of all, what car is this that you're standing next to?
This is a 1995 BMW E36 M3.
Nice.
And I know your next question was how do we get into this, and it's relative to the car. We built this car back in 2011 to race in the 2012 Pikes Peak International Hill Climb. We raced the car that year and set a record for street legal electric cars.
Wow.
We held it for about 4 years. But immediately upon returning from Pikes Peak, you know, people got wind of the press and the story and stuff like that, and that really kind of started our business. That was really the first time, like, the phone started ringing and we started.
Because of this car.
Yeah, because, you know, people saw it.
Right.
Hey, that looked cool. I like amateur car racing. And that's really how it started. We were just, you know, before we were doing this, me and 4 other friends we have an amateur car racing team.
Right.
And so we were racing, you know, BMW E30s and stuff like that on an amateur level, gas powered. And I just wanted something a little bit more challenging.
Right.
I had no idea how to build an electric car, so I wanted to build an electric car.
Okay, now to be fair, let me just introduce, like, okay, so Pikes Peak, what is that? Explain to me, like, this is like a hill climb or something? It's like a race.
Yeah, I mean, you know, by the numbers, it's like 12 miles up. It starts at 9,000 and some change and goes to 14,000 feet above sea level.
Wow.
So the air is really thin. You know, most people at 14,000 feet get really, really lightheaded just walking.
Wow.
And the nice thing is the electrics do have a small advantage over the oxygen intake on the combustion engines. They'll lose 20 to 30% of their power at the top of the mountain.
Okay, so to explain this, like students and whatnot, the engine, piston engine, breathes in oxygen. There's less oxygen as you go up. So
well, just less air. The air in general is less dense.
Wow.
You know, all parts of it, nitrogen and all that stuff too, less dense, right?
Okay.
Because there's pressure compressing it. But in the same token, in the same sentence really, this car, all the cars up there, they suffer from cooling and aerodynamics because there's less wind. So at the same time, like we still have radiators in this car and we cool the electrical parts, and they're affected by that. The cooling's not as effective. Typically when you see Pikes Peak, and specifically Pikes Peak because of the altitude, hill climb vehicles, you'll see huge wings, huge splitters. You know, this year the Volkswagen ID.R ran it.
Right.
Huge, massive wing, huge splitter down the front. The whole car, you know, is essentially an aero package.
Right.
You need that for the downforce. And so traditionally those hill climb cars have a big old, you know, splitter out front. Big
Nice.
wing, they're cool looking, you know.
Right.
A function or a result of the thinner air.
Okay. Wow.
Hey, Sergey, we're filming. Thanks, bud.
Sorry. It's impromptu filming, so I hope there's not.
That's
good.
okay.
All right. So.
Talk elsewhere.
Yeah. So okay. So now you converted this car, but you originally did it with a DC motor and whatnot, right?
Right. Yeah. We originally tried one DC motor. Then we knew we were going to get heat saturation on the hill, so we put a second 11-inch DC motor in. Ran that. We had, you know, so much more power than we needed, but it was really heat dissipation calculation. We needed more surface area on the commutator to dissipate the heat, and the only way we could do that, besides building a custom motor from the ground up, is just, you know, throw another motor in line.
Right.
So we opened up the tunnel, moved the whole drive line back, managed to fit another motor in it, and actually get pretty good balance out of the car. The car was a great car. It was a little on the heavy side. It came in at like 3,800 pounds with a 48 kilowatt hour battery. And so it was kind of all hand in hand, and this is the problem with electric. You know, you put a bigger battery in it, you have more weight. Now your efficiency by the mile is worse, so you actually need more battery.
Right.
And you kind of get stuck in this thing.
Yeah.
And so we just refreshed this car earlier this year. We did the LG Kim batteries in it, so we changed out the whole entire battery pack, went down to 32 kilowatt hour, and we went with the Tesla drivetrain that moved the power glide in the Twin 11. And that allowed us to drop, we went from 3,800 to 2,700, so we dropped 1,100 pounds out.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
and you can feel it. I mean, you take 1,100, you know, we literally took a half ton.
Wow.
Car, you take a half ton out of a
That's
car.
amazing.
You feel it in braking, you feel it in handling, you feel it in acceleration, just everything.
Yeah.
So
That's
we had
amazing.
We had to go and retune the springs, the suspension.
No kidding.
Retune the dampening rates and
So, and now when was that first car built when you first converted it?
well, we started it at the tail end of 2011.
Okay.
And we raced it in early 2012.
So at the time, people probably were still thinking about electric cars as not really a
They
viable
hadn't even
thing.
delivered a Model S.
Wow, no
Right,
kidding.
and if you brought up Tesla,
Yeah.
it was, that company, they're going bankrupt. That
Right.
guy's crazy.
Right.
Now, and it's like, and we were believers,
Yeah.
we believed in the technology,
Mm-hmm.
and, hey, it might not be ready for prime time, but that doesn't discount the technology.
Right.
So at this point, I think there was if you rewind to late 11, early 12, there was a lot of animosity towards Elon Musk, and my car's not getting delivered. They were just off the heels of the Roadster rollout, where people have been waiting years and delay. So,
Right.
so it was kind of cool because it wasn't a sure thing. Like nowadays, if you're like, hey, I'm going to take a BMW and put a Tesla motor and go to Pikes Peak, that's almost cliche. Like, duh, of course. What else did you do with this car? What are you going to run on yesterday's fuel?
Yeah.
But like, just, whatever that was, 6-7 years ago, just 7 short years ago, we were crazy.
Right, you're just
literally
getting
thought we were
started.
crazy. People, my friends that I was racing gas cars with and stuff, they had no idea why we were doing what we were doing. They
Wow.
didn't see the long term. They didn't see, hey, we could do this with the the off-road car that we did and the motorcycles,
Right.
all the other projects and stuff, and of course the classic cars just do great with it.
And so now this one now has a Tesla drivetrain.
Yeah, this has a Tesla drivetrain.
Incredible.
Model S P, it's
Right.
the performance model, so
Nice.
it's a little bit more power. The funny thing is all we've ever done in the car is turn the power down. It's literally almost undrivable at full power. It
Wow.
literally has too much power.
Wow.
And we've had some testing days with some professional Formula Drift drivers, and they came to the same conclusion. We had to turn the power down for them. They
Wow.
just weren't, they were
Can you
getting
just
too much
tune it
wisdom.
down when you
It's a
watch it?
touchscreen. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very quantitative. How many kilowatts do you want? 270?
Huh.
Sure, here's your 270.
No kidding.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
So, my students and the people that kind of follow, this channel probably want to know, like, what are some of the skills and so some of the what are some of the skills you would need to do something like this? Is it like, what's that? Is it like?
I was just trying to run over film. Yeah, so passion, that's it.
Okay.
Everything else you can learn, there's like the internet now. Just get on Google. If you don't know it, Google it. You'll find it. You'll find a video. You'll have somebody explain it to you for
Right.
free. They don't even take money for it
Right.
nowadays. But the only thing that you need to sit up till 3 a.m. and learning this stuff is passion. If you have passion,
I like that answer.
yeah, you're not going to force yourself to understand something if you have no passion. Period. Right?
Right.
That's what we do at a job that we don't like our job.
Right.
But like, anything, related to a hobby or anything you're trying to learn as a hobby, if you have that passion, all of the resources are out there to learn what you need to learn to do something like this.
Wow.
Like this actually wasn't difficult. The difficult thing was making the commitment in the face of a bunch of people that you respect telling you not to do it. Right? That was the toughest thing.
Yeah.
And every year that goes by now, it's like more and more Captain Obvious. Like, duh.
Wow.
Because a lot of the stuff's been proven out now. I mean, all of the records on the hill, whether it's on 2 wheels or 4 wheels, are all held by electrics.
Wow.
So, without going crazy in the logic, you would deduce right away, like, hey, if I want a record,
Right.
I should go electric.
Interesting.
And then you start looking at the electric drive lines and stuff like
Wow.
that. And again, like, people can build something like this.
This is incredible.
You sell the Tesla kits turnkey. There's not a lot of fabrication in the back of the car. We took a lot of weight out of the car, carbon doors and hood and roof and kit and fenders and stuff like that.
Nice. Can we see in the back there?
Yeah, so
Let's take a look at what we're talking about here, just so you guys have an idea. I mean, this is literally a Tesla drivetrain underneath here. I caught this on the other video, but just in case they didn't see it, I just want to tie it all together. So this is
simple.
I think this side's the motor, and then and then there's
correct.
the
The inverter's
controller.
on the right,
Yep.
the motor's on the left.
And it bolts right in there with some custom brackets.
Yeah, bolts right in.
Yeah.
The subframe, and then we have some projects that are actually utilizing the Tesla subframe, but it's so wide. I think it was 60 6.8 inches wide or something. It's really wide. Like most cars can't accept wheel surface to wheel surface that width. You know, 'cause
This is pretty wide.
By the time you put wheels on that, you're going to be at like a 72 or 74 inch track width or something, just super crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
What are some of the other projects you got lined up and have done, or some highlights?
What's going on right now? Well, we're doing the Finsgauer. That's an off-road crawler, and then we're doing the energy trailer for it. We have a 1945. Let me get this right. What is that? A Bantam T3 trailer.
Oh, okay.
Time trailer.
Wow.
And we had it resprung to carry 2,500 pounds of Tesla battery. So I think we're going to do like 150 kilowatt hour Tesla pack. We're going to tow behind our kind of rock crawler. And so that way, what we'll be able to do is we'll be able to go to the desert location running on the trailer energy.
Oh, cool.
Around the desert running off the Pinsgauer's energy while the energy trailer is recharging.
Wow.
So we can leave it at like a charging post at the campground at the edge of the desert.
Oh, cool.
Kind of go roam around the desert for a couple days.
Yeah.
And then come back and our energy trailer will be full and we can use that to get us home.
I love it.
Yeah. So we have that going on. We have, of course, lots of classics. I think there's like 4 911s in the shop right now.
Yeah, look at these cars right here.
SEMA this year, the drop-in kit. We can walk over here.
Sure. Yeah.
We do a lot with the Tesla kit now, and we have a drop-in kit for the Tesla customers.
Oh, okay.
911.
Oh, all right.
So here's our 911 carrier. When we're done with this will be all box welded up and everything.
Okay.
The Tesla will fit right into here, and then this whole carrier will go right into a 911. This is your 915 transmission mount, and this is your rear engine mount, and it's a no-cut, no modification solution for the 911s.
That's something I like about what you do is that, you tend to do like the car stays the same, but you just up the performance and you make the proper brackets and you keep the car in bolt-in condition.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, it's really the car, right? We're saving the car.
Right.
And the funny thing is it's not a difficult formula. It's not rocket science. The more stock that you leave the car, and you can bolt on parts because anyone can re-bolt them on. So you can change the wheels and tires and do some stuff. Maybe adjust the springs and adjust the ride height. Bolt one of these in, and literally in a matter of an afternoon, you can put the old stock wheels back on, the old gas engine back in, pop the gas tank in the front, and away you go, and you're back on gas. So just having that ability, right? So for some of our heritage cars, we'll actually we provide a service where we crate the engine and the gas tank and all the relative parts.
Oh, okay.
Do the treatment, marble Mr. Oil, seal it, and just let it go with the car. Right?
Gotcha.
But a lot of these cars, they're not rare.
Right.
The Porsche guys, the Porsche cars are valuable, and sometimes there's a correlation between it's rare because it's valuable, but they're really not. They're just highly desirable, and that drives the price way up. But trust me, Stuttgart is full of Porsches, and they don't. So everyone wants to keep those original, but mainly that's just a drive to preserve the value.
Got it.
Because an all original Porsche is worth a lot more than one that's had like some aftermarket bits.
Right. Okay.
So, if you want to have the fun of an electric car, but still have the security, the insurance of like you're not going to lose a lot of value in the car. Because now we're talking these cars, that used to sell for 10 to 20 grand,
right?
Going for 50 to 150.
Wow, no kidding.
It's the market's really gotten hot.
Interesting.
And it's okay, you can still get in because it's an asset. We drive a lot of the old vintage, Volkswagen stuff. And it's worth more than most people would want to pay for it, but you drive it for a couple of years and you sell it, and you always get more than
No kidding.
Yeah, because the market's constantly going up. So
because I guess because they're not making new ones.
They're not making new ones, and they're desirable.
Right. Cool. So is this the rock crawler or?
So no, this is a Manx project. This is pretty cool. We are doing a Tesla driveline in here.
Wow.
So I'm not sure. Let's take a peek at the back where we're at in the carrier. Oh, it's in. Okay, so this is our Mach motor.
Okay.
As evidenced by the word Mach on it.
Right.
It's an emptied out case. We have one that's a little bit lighter, so it's a little easier to carry around. And then you can see, the mounting system on the left over here, and they're still doing some welding and stuff like that on it. But this is going to be.
Yeah.
Like this is really. I'm really looking forward to this. The Beamer, the race car, all the other cars that we've done the Tesla drivetrain in, they're all street stuff, and we just have so much torque something like 3,500 foot-pounds.
Oh my God.
Torque, right? It's absurd. But with something like this, 30, 32-inch tire on it in the dirt, it's just going to be super, super fun.
Wow.
We have the twin motor Baja Bug, the 53 Baja Bug. And same thing, it's a torque mobile, right? So you really steer it with the gas pedal.
Oh,
you get a little
gotcha.
bit of input and just get into the gas and the car will rotate on you.
Wow. Incredible.
And that's the one, there's been some clips of Jehu and I messing around now.
Yeah.
It was black, then it was yellow, and now it's getting painted black.
I'm going to go see Jehu next.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'll see him Sunday. Yeah. Cool.
So,
well, this is amazing. And also you do some interesting ones like a DeLorean and whatnot. It's coming up,
well,
maybe?
we have DeLorean over here. It's really special because it's the only DeLorean, well, they tell us this, but it's the only DeLorean that's 0 miles. It got delivered straight from the DeLorean factory in
no
Humble,
kidding.
Texas.
0 miles on a
0
DeLorean?
miles. It's brand new. It's I know it looks dusty and stuff, but it's never had an engine in it.
Wow.
And it's never been driven. It's got 0 miles on the odometer. The
Oh my
seats are
God.
brand new. The interior, everything.
That's amazing.
Absolutely brand new.
Incredible.
So, and of course, we do a lot of the Volkswagen stuff. This is actually our brand new integrated solution box for the Beetles. This is a Tesla Model S pack, and it's got an integrated BMS in it with thermal management, battery management, and balancing, and all that. So,
Wow.
yeah, it's a fantastic system.
And it's all just bolt in right there.
It's bolt in, and we mimic the front lip of the gas tank. So if you look, it has this angle. It can still fit the stock spare tire.
Oh, no
and
kidding,
the
right here.
Yeah. The spare tire sits right in there, and then the jack sits over on the side. Again, keep it. The more you keep it stock,
Right.
And if you look, we mounted through the factory M8 bolts. So there's 4 bolts, and they're all factory. And so, like literally, you could pull this out, no cutting or anything, and you put the gas tank right back in.
Incredible. Wow. Very cool.
So we got some other little stuff. We're working on an e-bike project right now. This is actually a, what do they call this? A motoped. So we're working on a motoped. We're doing some kind of design up here and a controller design in here, and doing some stuff with the motor. So this is just kind of one of those. It's a project, but it's a hobby, but it's a project.
Yeah.
Same with we're doing the electric paramotor. In California, there's been a real big trend lately with the paramotors, and they're all 2-stroke engines.
Oh, no kidding.
And they're not. No one really likes them. I mean, who likes a 2-stroke really?
So the paramotor, this is just so people know, this is we don't have this by us. So.
Yeah, well, you say you don't have it by you, but one of the biggest, most popular paramotors in the United States is in Jersey.
Oh, I just thought, I don't know.
No, it's fantastic. It's really taken off, and like in Jersey, there's not a lot of mountains.
Right.
So you don't have a lot of those paragliding locations, but you guys have tons of fields.
Oh, yeah.
And so people take off from the fields all the time.
Oh, no kidding. Interesting.
There's guys out there. There's a guy named Tucker who's like really popular. Tucker Gott, GOTT, and he flies paramotors all over New Jersey.
Wow.
So,
no kidding.
Yeah. And
learned something new.
It's kind of popularizing right now. It's kind of going through this popularity. And we had that incident in the UK where like a paramotor flew over Trump and stuff.
Oh, no way.
But they're terribly loud and stinky and whatnot. So we're working on this. We have this system over here that we're developing with, we're using the LG modules that are capable of over 800 amps. So they're really cool running, and you get the range and all that. And the hurdle for a lot of these electric paramotors is getting over an hour of flight. Now that we're using some 2170 and 50 batteries and some really cutting edge technology, we're looking at, I think our the load test we were running like an hour and 15-minute times, something like that. So we're getting over that like hard hurdle. It's kind of like EVs back in the day. The 100-mile mark was really tough. Now it's just a number that's behind us.
Wild. Do you have anything outside for us?
What do we have outside? We've got some stuff.
The yellow one?
Yeah, I mean, mainly those are all tires. The yellow one's going to the body shop, so it's kind of prepped up. The motors are getting out of it. You can see the pin scour out there getting, it's getting prepped for battery boxes and whatnot. And
this one here.
the other thing is we've really just run out of space here. We've rented out these 3 units, and then we picked up the unit at the end of the building, and now we've picked up 4 storage units at the space over there. So
you're expanding.
A lot of cars are getting kind of pushed around and whatnot.
Yeah.
This is kind of an interesting car over here. This was the first car that we ever converted here.
This one?
Yeah.
No
and
kidding.
We've got, I think at this point, about 60,000 miles on it. It's really clean. There's no aesthetics.
Oh, wow.
It's just
Look
a
at
simple
this.
system. Yeah, AC50 system.
No kidding.
But this was the first, contracted conversion that we did.
Oh, wow.
And
Perfect car for it. MR2,
yeah,
right?
and it had its first failure in 6 years of use.
No way.
And it was a coolant pump.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's like a $100 item or something like that.
That's
It
amazing.
was just a coolant pump. That was it. The car still ran, but they were getting higher than normal controller temperatures.
Oh.
It was going into cutback. We swapped it out, put a new coolant pump in, and it's good to go.
So basically, this is kind of the setup. There, it's very similar. You're doing a motor, the adapter plate, stock transmission, and then all the support systems for
Right.
that. And then I guess your batteries were going right here, or
No, the batteries are in here. We did
Oh,
a
no kidding.
subfloor in the trunk and a
Oh.
subfloor up front. We're really
Nice.
into keeping it stock and
Yeah.
have all that space available to the customers. So
Right.
They still have a trunk. They still have some usable space up front. It's still a very, very
I like
streetable
this.
car.
EV clean. Nice. Very cool.
Yeah, we got the Porsche bus. There's kind of one of our thrust test stands
Oh, nice.
we've been playing around with.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
And then you probably, I don't know if we had the power wall in last time we were.
I would think so. Oh, yeah, I saw you working on it.
So we
yeah, let's-
expanded it. We doubled our panel count now, so we're up to 18 panels.
Wow, look at
It's
this.
still just going super strong. And this summer, I don't think I've ever seen it below like 80% state of charge. The
Wow,
solar
no
panels
kidding.
have just been cranking. And we're doing almost 4 kilowatt right now. So out of the panels, we're pulling 36 amps, and out of the battery, we're pulling 61. So we're pulling up, 100 amps out of here, and you can feel it if you feel the cables. They're pretty good.
Oh, yeah. No kidding. These are warm. So all the batteries are in here, and they're Tesla batteries, right? Or
Yeah, so that's the smart car batteries that were manufactured by Tesla and Panasonic, and we have 33 kilowatt hour.
But you didn't buy this, you assembled this, right?
Yeah, we put this together, did it in about a weekend. We did the original system in a weekend, then took another weekend to put more panels on the roof. We were going to expand the battery because, once we set it up, and then we kind of told some, neighbors, like, hey, use it anytime, and this
Yeah.
and that, it's free.
Yeah.
It started getting used too much, and we started draining the battery. So we were originally going to expand the battery, and instead, just to try it, we added more panels, and that was all we needed. So now, in fact, some of the cars with like a 2.5 kilowatt charger on them, we can actually do more than that off the roof. So in some cases, we can actually be charging a car and the battery pack.
Wow, no kidding.
Yeah.
And so here it is. There's a cable right here, and charging an electric smart car right here. Pretty crazy. That's awesome. I mean, this is what a good resource this place is for inspiration. Anybody trying to get into this.
Yeah, and I encourage people to get into it. It's easy. We need more companies like ours out there. We'll help people get into business. We don't look at any other business in the EV space as a competitor because we're all like real friendly. All the other EV conversion shops, we're always talking to them, dealing with them, trading parts. Hey, you got this and I got that. Let's trade. And so we need more of that, because it's not, us versus us. It's us versus them right now. And there's
not a zero-sum game.
Yeah, and
It's a rising
fun.
tide thing.
Everybody doing EV stuff is super busy
Yeah.
right now, and they're doing fun work.
Right.
And why wouldn't you encourage more people to do that?
Yeah.
Our installation shop is booked up years out at this point. It's almost impossible for us to accept any new work.
Wow. No kidding.
But we're completely focused on the engineering of turnkey solutions, so we can provide products to guys like you if you want to do like a Volkswagen Beetle. Now, instead of doing all this tedious BMS wiring, you get this plug and you plug it in and you program it with your computer and away you go.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And
yeah, just so you guys know, the kit that we're doing at the Bergen Community College, we purchased from EV West, and but not the batteries we got from a different supplier, but the AC motor and stuff like that, and advice. Mike's great about
and all of us work
helping.
great with split suppliers and stuff like that, because that's the whole thing. A lot of this componentry is super expensive, obviously. So most EV shops can only carry a couple lines of things. So we carry the HDBS product and the neck gain product and a few things, but we don't have that really wide product. We started to carry some other motors, some TN4 stuff, and we talked to a couple other companies, but you really got to carry that product. And then financially, it's just so much. So we're at the situation now where we're having fun with other EV shops because they have gear that we don't carry and we have gear that they don't carry and stuff like that.
Fair enough.
And the net result is we're all just kind of stronger because of it. It's
Right.
a community. Like basically the community of all the EV shops are kind of banding together to have like across the board solutions.
Nice.
Because we don't really have that right now, right? It's kind of scattered.
Okay. I mean, that's why I come, I'm lucky that I'm a teacher that can come out in the summers. I come out because I want to talk to Mike and see what he's up to and whatnot. And he's been very open and showing me what the current thing is. And we only did a different battery because there was another, the person who does purchasing decided that.
Yeah.
But I was going to go with the Tesla batteries because it's one unit.
Yeah.
And it has fusible links on both sides. And I think it's very safe.
I mean, they're far more reliable.
Yeah.
There's a lot of new batteries for sale on the market, but rest assured, the good stuff's not available.
Right.
Right. All the good stuff is going straight, into automotive products by LG, by Panasonic, by Samsung. Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like you'll get offered like the Samsung SDI battery or things like that, but it's not the same density as the ones that the BMWs are using. You can't call up Panasonic and get any CR18 650.
Oh, I see.
But Tesla's going through them by the millions, right?
Right.
And so then you get these cars, and really we're all in this because we care a little bit about the environment, which goes hand in hand with recycling. So now you have these electric cars that, like, really most people don't know what to do with them, right? You pull this battery out of a Tesla, there's not a lot of people that have a bona fide use for it. And because it's a US-made electric car, it carries an 8-year mandated warranty on the battery pack. So nobody yet is buying these for warranty replacement, right? When we hit 2020, the first 2012 Teslas will become 8 years old and actually start falling out of warranty.
Wow, no kidding.
Right, and it's kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah.
For the first time, these people are going to have to maybe I need a new one. Now, the positive note on that is all of the batteries have been outperforming the speculations, right? So, in other words, the real world data on battery degradation is the real numbers, the realized numbers are doing much better than even Panasonic and Tesla.
Oh, no kidding, really?
Yeah, so
interesting.
I think the last study was at the 5-year mark. I think they had over 1,000 participants, and every participant had to have at least, I think, 14 or 15,000 annual miles on their car, something like that. And then they extrapolated all the data and the degradation of the battery, and they came out with an average degradation of 0.9% for each year.
Wow.
So if you went 10 years, beyond the warranty period, if we held that rate, you'd be at around 9% degradation. So if you had a car that could do 300 miles, take 30 miles off that, now it's a 270-mile car. Not really a big deal. Combustion engines suffer the same thing. They lose efficiency.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
Range on a full tank of gas goes down. But it's nice because the early numbers are so promising.
That's
right?
great.
It'd be a little scary at this point if they're like, no, you're going to have a couple percent degradation each year, and then we're realizing like 5% degradation or something like that. That's the exact opposite.
Wow.
We were told by some skeptics, hey, you might see 5% degradation. And they always exaggerate it. Your $25,000 battery is going to be dead in 5 years.
Yeah.
The battery never costs $25,000.
Right.
$25,000 battery, you overpaid.
Yeah.
Most of the battery packs in these cars, start at around, a really good drivable pack, 16 kilowatt hour LG packs at $4,400, right?
Okay.
And then, if you want to go to the moon with that, you can maybe spend $12,000 or something on a battery pack. And now all of the data suggests that pack's going to last you like 20 years.
Wow.
Right?
Wow. No kidding.
Where are we going to be in 20 years? Am I going to have a little lunchbox with 20 kilowatt hour in it? I mean, I hope so, right?
Yeah.
But that's where
That's wild.
Yeah, so.
Well, that's really good news. I mean, so basically recycling and the best tech is going in the cars, and that's a pretty amazing thing. So that's it's a great field to be in, because you can't buy a 60s, BMW or...
Yeah, something's got to happen to all the cars.
Yeah.
Right? Like something's going to happen. But again, let the big world thinkers solve that.
Sure.
And this is why, like, I appreciate Elon Musk's approach. He started with a roadster. Mm-hmm. Like, his first sentence of the book he wrote is, "Let's have fun," right? Like, let's have fun with a roadster,
right?
And that's basically what we're trying to do. We're car guys. Everybody in here is a full-blown gas. We love gas. We love the engine sounds. We love the burnouts. We love shifting gear. We love it. We love it, love it, love it. Still race gas cars from time to time. But this is what the solution is. This is what's going to save everything. This is inevitable. Right. Like, fine, you don't believe my opinion? Okay, whatever. Probably in 20 years we'll talk.
Right, exactly.
But I mean, for the most part, most people, even the skeptics at this point, are like, this is inevitable. Like in 10 years when you go to the Ford dealership, you're going to be looking at electric F-150s.
Right.
Period.
Totally.
So you might as well set up your solar now, battery bank now, and get on board.
Yeah, one of these and get some solar on your roof, and you're not going to have a gas bill ever again.
An F-150 and never paying for fuel.
I like the idea of when you get to the job site, you've got 110 and 220 right off the back of the truck. Yeah. You'll never have to buy a generator again, and you can do job sites and whatnot.
Oh yeah, and massive power. I mean, this thing will do like 12 kilowatt peak. You can run like several welders and stuff.
You could run your whole job with this. Yeah. No generator running at all. Yeah. Amazing. That's basically it. Let me think. What else? Yeah, I mean, that's basically it. I wanted you guys to meet Michael. I mean, he's doing some great stuff. I think it's super creative.
Yeah, we love having you out here, and I know you inspire your students and have projects going on.
Thanks.
I mean, as they say in Spanish, poco a poco, just little by little, right?
Yeah.
And that's how we do it. There's no big anything, right? It's just this little project, that little project. Maybe one of the dozen projects will inspire somebody, and then they'll be the 13th project, and it just goes from there.
Nice.
And you have fun along the way. Don't bite off more than you can chew.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
And you're going to have fun, and we're here to help answer questions.
Right.
Call us, ask us questions, and emails.
Oh,
like that.
You know what I was going to remember is that you were talking about car guys. When I talk about electric cars, sometimes people say, "Wow, I want the gasoline car," and I say, "No problem. I love record players. That'll never go out of style. It'll never go out of style.
Right.
But if you want more efficient power, this is what's going on.
Right.
Yeah.
There's always pushback. Right. Yeah. Nobody rolls coal without a Prius around.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, maybe they do.
Yeah.
But that kind of pushed the people to roll coal, right?
Yeah.
Which is awful.
Right.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's the thing. And for guys like us, it's the exhaust note, it's all this other stuff.
And I still teach.
And so we'll see that pushback in the same way that, like in our the next city over has a huge museum dedicated to steam engines.
Oh, cool! Awesome. Right.
and
which are
actually
like
called like the
4%
gas and steam engine museum.
Interesting.
But the point is Jay Leno famously fires up a steam engine car and drives it around. It's fascinating. And gas engines are going to be like that further out in the future where we don't have too many of them around.
Right.
We're going to miss the exhaust note.
Yeah.
Nobody's, but at the same time, I don't miss the fact that if I died over my car in my garage for 10 minutes, I'd die.
Right.
So, you can't say one without appreciating the other.
Yeah.
You can't kind of cherry pick the changes. And it forces you to be a little bit more think ahead. You got to plan your trips and your mileage and where you're going to go. Always kind of try and top off your car. But now we have things like solar. I mean, we literally I have not paid to drive in the last 3 years.
That's amazing.
Right? Like, I haven't
That's
paid.
amazing.
And not only not paid.
No gas bill.
Yeah, we have solar. Drives an electric car. Kid drives an electric car.
Yeah.
We're done.
Yeah.
So we're no longer contributing to any of the.
And you're racing.
Well, yeah, with that too.
That's cool. I mean, I don't have a landline at home. I have a wireless phone, cell phone, for as long as I remember. I think my parents, we had a landline, and there was a rotary, and if you missed a number, you'd have to go back.
There's an interview with Elon Musk where he famously compared the electric car infrastructure adoption to the cell phone.
Okay.
And they were trying to say if you try and push this technology in these other countries, you're going to have an infrastructure hurdle.
Okay.
And Elon's like, to the guy, like, are you not getting what we're talking about? We can literally set up a power plant in this field and service cars.
Wow.
We don't need pipes. We don't need oil derricks. We don't need refinery. We don't need any of this stuff, right? And then he just stops and goes, look, in America, we kind of had this telephone system. And we spent, untold amounts of money on the lines, on the poles, and we're dependent on it. A storm comes in, knocks them out, we lose that. The new countries now that are adopting cellular don't have any of those problems.
Wow, no kidding.
Because they didn't have to do infrastructure 1.0.
Sure.
They just went straight to infrastructure 2.0. Right? And so he was making the point that that's the infrastructure that these other countries that are developing, they got to go straight into that. They don't have to take the inefficient route of having a whole fossil fuel-based economy, all the refineries and the oil industry and all of this stuff. They can go straight into solar. And nowhere more was this demonstrated than Puerto Rico.
Oh, recently,
down there like 7 days after a hurricane devastated the whole island's power.
Wow.
They had the children's hospital up and running completely off grid with power. And today, this day, they're still running on that.
Wow.
And they're going to continue running.
No kidding.
And even when the next hurricane comes, they've got like a bunker storage thing. They're going to take all the panels and put it in there. And the storm passes and they're going to pull them all out and hook it back up. Because with enough people, you can literally do that in like a day or two.
Wow.
Right? So you have this just whole new metric now, a whole new way of thinking about energy.
Incredible.
And being able to produce it at all these points. And you don't need, the resources to build a coal power plant or anything, natural gas, whatever your flavor is, are so much greater than just like this.
Yeah.
Right? And this is capable of charging every single employee's car, my own personal cars. We even charge a car for the neighbors. Yeah. And it takes care of everything. And this is just one roof.
So all up here.
One unit, we've got like 4 more units of roof we can fill up,
Nice.
So the whole metric, we've got more space, more rooftop available than we ever need energy for.
Wow, no kidding.
So the numbers are there. Like if everybody went out and did this weekend, we could literally just transition right away.
Amazing.
So,
well, let's wrap it up. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. It's fun talking to you. It's always great seeing you. Yeah.
I'm so glad to be here. And you do such exciting work and creative, and I love all the tech you use and stuff. So, all right, hope you guys learned something. And if you got questions, how do they get in touch with you?
Support@edwest.com.
Okay. All right. Thanks a lot. See you later.
Ciao.